Hey, what is going on, everybody? James Madison's here. We're in Palm Coast today, and I saw a post on Facebook about a female that was having trouble with a code enforcement officer. Apparently, this code enforcement officer was being a little tyrannical. Now, his name is Risch, I think it is Risch. He's a code enforcement officer here in Palm Coast, and what he was asserting is that he was a retired law enforcement officer out of New York. And he came down here and was telling some people about their boat. Well, apparently in Palm Coast, there's an ordinance out there that indicates that you can't have boats in your front driveway. He wrote a citation for it, or a warning rather, and that basically says right here, it is prohibited and unlawful to park or store a recreational vehicle for more than a total of 3 days or any part thereof in consecutive 7-day period on a residential driveway as set forth herein, unless for the purposes of repair, maintenance, or bona fide preparation for off-premise use. Any part of a day shall be considered a full day for enforcement purposes. Now you can see the neighborhood. It's a pretty nice neighborhood here, but they still are running swales in here. On a status of a high-end neighborhood, this is probably a 7 or maybe a 6 on the scale of that. The houses are pretty nice in here, but what the problem is code enforcement is maybe not enforcing it, but what I read to you is what they enforced them on, and that indicates that they would have to park right here in the driveway. Now, from what I understood, we can do pretty much what we want in behind fences here, as long as it doesn't have anything to do with permitting. Now, the only thing you see behind this expensive vinyl fence right here is another expensive boat right here. Now, the city of Palm Coast, I guess, apparently wants to enforce this, but go find out and see what they have to say about it. All right, so we've made it here to Palm Coast. Hi. Yeah, I was going to see if I could speak to someone in code enforcement.
Okay, code is the next to me.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, if you just ring that button on the sign,
all right,
the code will come out.
Thank you. Hey, good morning or afternoon here. I was going to see if I could speak to someone about some code enforcement stuff that you might be able to help me with.
Sure, what is it? Is that like...
Yeah, it's just one of the ordinances that I had it pulled up here on Municode. Let me see if I can locate it. All right, it is the parking and storage. There was a code enforcement officer, his name, Risch, R-I-S-C, Risch? It's pronounced Risch? Okay, all right, yeah. He wrote someone a violation for having their boat, and it says it's under 44-34D2. And it says he has to remove the boat. Yeah, that's on a driveway, it said, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The boat is parked in behind a fence, behind a white, nice vinyl fence too, by the way. Okay. And then, yeah, like I said, the reason why is because code enforcement Rich, I guess he wanted to assert that he's a retired New York police officer, and I don't like the way he's talking to citizens. So I wanted to find out why he's wanting to do that. You know what I mean? You don't. There's no reason for you as a code enforcement officer to say, "Well, I'm a retired police officer. You need to listen to me," and I'm telling you can't park it there. It's in their backyard. It's not where you highlighted.
If it can be seen from the street.
Yeah. Oh, really? Because I looked up the ordinance right here, 4434, and he wrote under B. I'm sorry, D. D as in David. Right here, and then 2. And it says it is prohibited and unlawful to park or store a recreational vehicle for more than a total of 3 days. What you highlighted. There's nothing in here that says that it can be seen from the road. Yeah, there's nothing in there. I mean, that's the Municode. That's the laws that the council, I guess, put into play.
No, I know that law. It's actually can't be on the property, period.
Oh, it can't?
No, we don't allow you to park any kind of recreation vehicles on the property.
Uh-huh.
Now, code enforcement has taken a policy that it is not seen from the road behind the fence. They don't care, but that's their policy. It's not code. Code says they're not allowed on the property.
Yeah, where does it say that right on the property, period?
It's not, that number you quoted isn't correct. You have to read the whole ordinance, but it
I did.
doesn't allow you to park boats, RVs, any kind of recreational vehicles on your property.
Not only that, I looked in the ordinances in there. It doesn't say that you can throw your weight around as a New York police officer either.
I didn't say that either. That's why you're talking to Lewis. I'm in the internet, just like you can go on the internet and pull it like on your phone.
Yeah, I got it. That's what I have right here in front of me.
And so
4434.
So it talks about emergency storage, prohibited storage. It is prohibited and unlawful to park, locate, or use or store a vehicle of any description on an undeveloped lot, parcel platted, except.
Which subsection are you reading on that?
That's B.
B. Okay.
The first one is, it is prohibited to store unlicensed motor vehicles in section A. Park residential zone except for passenger vehicles. Must be parked in a garage or carport, parked in a driveway or designated residential parking lot, passenger vehicles, yada, 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 keeps going. Then it goes down to recreational vehicles.
That's D, right?
That's D.
Yeah, that's D. That's where we're at.
All non-commercial recreational vehicles included but not limited to motorhomes, trailers, campers, vessels, because boats are.
Yeah, that defines all what it is. Yep.
Right, similar vehicle equipment apparatus is unlawful. Compliance may be parked or stored in a non-commercial, non-industrial, non-recreational permitted neighborhood subject to the following regulations. It's permitted and unlawful to park vehicle within the front or side yard setback. It is prohibited for you to park those more than 2 days. Resident-owned vehicles otherwise unlawful.
So I guess that one would be it. It's prohibited unlawful to park or store a recreational vehicle
In the front or side yard setback.
Setback. So yeah, the setbacks, they're not within the setbacks. I mean,
Well, most houses here, the setback is 7.5 feet.
yeah, they have this is a corner lot. They got a huge yard.
Corner lot has a 20-foot setback
On the street side, right?
on the street side.
This is not on the street
So
side.
we have 25 feet on the interior side here and 29 feet on the exterior, which they have a 25-foot setback here.
Is that on the roadway?
Yes.
Yeah, on the roadway. Okay.
On the roadway, over here, they got 25 feet. On
Alright.
this side, the interior side, they got 29.
29 feet. Okay. And then what does that leave them on the side of
They
their?
got a storage drain easement, so they can't park anything in the back.
Okay. So
And
they-
the code specifically says nothing to be parked in the front or on the side.
Yep. Side yard setbacks.
So if they're putting it here, they're not allowed to park a boat on their property on the side.
All right. So what we got here, we've got ourselves a boundary and topographic survey for the property that we're talking about with the boat here. And if you remember the conversation with the building official inside there, you can hear where she was talking about 29.57 feet. Well, that 29.57 feet is the setback from the property to the house. Now, in the Code of Ordinances, it indicates that you cannot park a vehicle in the front or side required setbacks. Now, this is not a required setback right here. This is what the property line and the home is set back to. Now, if you look up here to the permit number, this is the information up here. It's a single family residence and it's zoned with SFR 3. And where it shows minimums right here, this is your setbacks. The minimum in the front is 25. The minimum in the rear is 20 feet. And the easement, which is generally on the left and right sides, is the 7.5 on the left side and 20 feet on the right side. Now, the reason why it's a little bit more on the right side is because it is a corner lot, and generally on the road side, you want to be set back 20 feet from the road. And you can see indicated here, it is 25 feet from the road. Now, what does that mean? It means that from 7.5 feet over to the outside of the boundary or the property line, you can't place any recreational vehicle there. What does it mean for them? On the inside of it, going towards the house, you should be able to place a vessel, vehicle, RV, or anything you want to there on that side. So you need to be right up against that house in order to be in compliance with the code. Now, for this officer here, this code enforcement officer, I cannot find any evidence in his application that he was a retired New York police officer. And the person that I spoke to is adamant that that's what he's saying and throwing his weight around. So I'm going to put his information in here. You guys can see that. We got his personnel file just to see where he was coming from, where he was working at, and how long he's been there. He's been there since 2014. So that's going to be it right here. I hope you guys appreciate this video here. This is a little bit of research and work that I was doing. And my background is construction with a family business, and that's where I got this information from right here. So we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching.